Hi, finally it's working. It's just taken three goes. Welcome to Mercury retrograde, where no technology works. Hi everyone, I thought I would do a live video from my balcony, and it's just sunset now in Sydney, Australia. It's all very pretty. I've got some really nice fairy lights going on too. Mind my big head. Hi everyone. Hey Kylie, can you hear me okay? Can you just let me know? Because I got my headphones in. And if you see me kind of just ducking to the side, or I'm looking downwards, it's probably because I gave my puppy literally an ice block with watermelon and strawberries and blueberry to keep her occupied for the half hour that we talk. So um, wow, it's been forever, and I have to admit I'm quite nervous. I was actually very, very nervous. Thank you. Thanks, Carly. Um, yeah, really like kind of freaking out because I'm like, oh, I hope I channel everything I need to channel. I hope I hope I can speak and everything that comes through and things like that. So, whew, like, it's good. Like, it's good. But I just, it's been so long. I think I kind of remember, like, it must have been before maybe after I just moved in, perhaps. So it's been 6 months. In the 6 months, I've got a puppy. She's 6.5, almost 7 months now. So it's just been it's been very, very busy with her. I haven't had 5 minutes to do anything with a puppy. Anyone knows what it's like to get a puppy? It's just it's a little bit crazy. And I got her during the last retrograde too. So obviously I'm a glutton for punishment, but anyway, you get that. Anyway, enough about her, because she's all I talk about. She wasn't the reason why I wanted to go on live, and I'll post a photo of her little fat little face later. She's a French bulldog, if anyone wants to know. Um, she's she did, yeah, good. She's occupied. So yeah, I made up some really cool ice blocks for her because obviously she's spoiled like a child. Anyway, again, enough about her. So I wanted to talk about um, how we're feeling very isolated. Um, Besides getting a puppy, besides ascension, besides solar storms, gamma rays, um, spikes in the Schumann resonance, planets going retrograde, moving forward, going direct, all that kind of stuff. Excuse the swinging; it's just helping me calm. Um, it's just, I've never felt so alone. Like, I've just felt like the universe is just not hearing me. I'm asking for help, and it feels like it's falling on deaf ears, right? It feels like, where are you? Like, I need you. Like, I'm struggling with raising a puppy, taking on more than I can chew. As much as I adore her, but it's definitely triggered up a lot of childhood stuff. How I speak to her, how I treat her, how I raise her, how I manage my anxiety because she feeds off it, how I manage my sadness because she feeds off it. So, as not just as light workers, but um, just as humans trying to live this incarnation. There's been so many times I've just sat there and gone, I'm just over it. Like, I'm so over it. Like, you know, give me a break. Give me a break. Like, I'm just over it. Like, nothing's happening, nothing's progressing. Lost interest completely in the business, lost interest in everything. Absolutely everything. And there's been moments of, oh, I feel really inspired. I'm actually going to start writing again. And then it goes. And then it completely disappears. Like, our inspiration, our intuition, or our drive for some of us has been very fleeting. It's come up out of nowhere, and then it just disappears, which is worse, because we're like, we should be motivated. We should be, my idea to run this business 4 or 5 years ago was to help humanity, was to help me heal, was to help everybody else heal. But it's just felt, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want from the business. I don't know how I want it to evolve. I don't know how I want to move forward. I don't, things that I loved helping people, it's just gone out the window. Like it's just non-existent, which is very troubling for me because I've always been very driven in terms of my business, but I also have a very shadow side of me that gets bored very quickly, right? That's maybe it's a Leo or whatever aspect, but there's a part of me that gets that's very fleeting. It's like things have to keep my attention, otherwise I get bored very, very quickly. And yet the business was one thing where it felt like home, but this year it felt like I don't know it. You know, 4 months ago, I revamped, probably actually before I got here, I revamped the business. I shut down the website, I shut down the hosting, I'm running it off a free page. It's just healing now, no readings. And I thought, yeah, and that I spent all day, I spent like 12-15 hours on redoing that website, trying to find a free hosting and cutting back costs and things like that. It wasn't about the money. It was just none of my old website resonated with me. It just felt like I wasn't invested in it, which means that I wasn't going to spend money trying to host it for something that I wasn't even invested in to begin with. So, and then that disappeared. 12 hours of just working on the website disappeared. No more inspiration. And then Tia came along, obviously, and you know, I'm trying to, you know, I actually had a conversation with Tia and just went, you know, this is what it's going to be like on Friday nights. Like, you're going to need to, you know, I know I'm gone all day with work and, you know, you've got a few hours with me, but this is how it has to be now. So I'm learning to set boundaries with her, which I find very hard because I want to give her all my attention because obviously I'm at work, you know, doing my 9 to 5. But coming back to feeling isolated, I didn't think raising a puppy and being as awake as I was, thinking, oh yeah, I could handle it and I knew everything and I could be an empath and empathize with her, and it's been firecrackers between her and me. We're completely like bouncing off each other. Yeah, okay, no, she's good. Anything with ice, she's good for a while. So it's just, I don't know where, you know, my depression's come back. My anxiety has been insane, right? The anxiety is just overwhelming. Panic attacks, anxiety attacks, fits of just sitting on my floor in my kitchen crying, going, why am I alone? Like, why do I feel like nobody understands me? Why do I feel like, you know, you're the universe? You meant to, you know, we're meant to trust you. We're meant to, you know, we're meant to feel supported. Why do I feel like I'm completely alone, completely isolated? And then on top of that, then you want to be more isolated. You want to be more introverted. You want to not talk to anyone, not do anything, even keep more to yourself. And when you feel like you want to offload to other people, you do have the awareness to know that everyone else is going through their own shit too. So I'm very conscious of going, I need to open up and I need to, you know, dump. And, you know, the people who I thought were there for me this year, granted, I know that they've got stuff going on, but it just feels like I keep being this healer, I keep being this person that everyone keeps coming to, and that's great. But I'm still, you know, I've said to people, I'm not coping. You know, no one's reached out. You know, I'm not like having a pity party, but that's what I mean. It's just we're being tested to our limits right now. We're being tested to keep the faith, and it's just like I've lost faith. I've lost faith in spirituality. I didn't even know if I believed in it. Didn't ever what I believed in this year. All I wanted was to get through 6 hours of sleep and not be waking up by 5:30 by a puppy, right? So it's just hi Joe, hi Melissa, making me nervous. Okay, so that's what I mean. It feels like everything that I thought spirituality was up until this year and up to getting Tia was had it under control. I knew it inside out. I've done the work, did the shadow work, and it completely went out the window. I was just pretty much, don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Don't care. Whatever. You're not fucking listening to me, universe. You're not listening to me. You're not sending me help. You're not, you know, I'm talking to people, telling people I'm not coping, and I'm getting nothing. I'm not even getting, oh, you know, what do you need? It's just, I fucking need sleep. Like, I'm fatigued as well. So it's I've been triggered in a, what I'm trying to say is I've been triggered in a way where um my way of being very self-reliant and being very fearful of asking for help has been a big issue, right? It's been a big block to work through, and I'm still not through that block. I still, part of me is still very stubborn and going, well, whatever, I'm just going to keep being introverted, I'm just going to keep being isolated and keep being on my own. But we're all feeling this. Like, a lot of us that have done the work are feeling this, and everyone's saying, oh, 2020 is going to be the great year, we're going to get the inspiration. And I'm thinking, something better snap, like something better come through next year, because a lot of us are just, we're over it, we're tired, we're exhausted. It's, October, November, and as empaths, there is so much going on with the world that we're completely drained, like we're emotionally drained, trying not to tune into everything that's around us as well. So let me just, because I actually just wrote notes 1 second about something that I wanted to bring up. And if anyone has any questions too, just pop them down. And of course my computer's not going to work today, but anyway, that's okay. Yeah, if anyone's got any quick questions, I'll answer them at the end as well. Yeah, so it's come back to me feeling like I've got no one to lean on. And part of it's I've isolated myself on purpose, because I feel like I can't trust anyone to open up, because I feel like um I can't really open up to anyone for them to really understand what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. And then throw in work on top of it, and work's just been one drama after another. That now things are starting to settle down, and I'm things are actually kind of okay on the job front as well, which is good. um but this isolation, this need for us, I've always told you I'm the introvert, I'm always the introvert, but this year I haven't. Ugh, this is like, it's DEFCON 4 level. Like, it's massive. And it's not that I don't want to do the work right now. I do, but I don't, because I just don't have the energy. I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of having to do, and that's another thing, so tired of having to do the work. I'm over having to do the work. I'm over it. Like, nothing's changing, nothing's shifting. And the universe keeps going, oh, you need to trust. And then we see the numbers, like, your angel numbers, and your 303s and your 444s and your 111s. And Joe knows me. And I'm like, all I do is eye roll at them. I'm just like, okay, that's great. What else? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like we are getting signs, and it's like, that's fine. Like, just come off your ships or whatever, and just come here and speak to me and tell me what it is that I need to know. Like, tell me how to move forward, how to, get through the next day, because it's been chaotic, right? And energetically, it's been chaotic. And we're doing a lot of escape escapism, where it's been, and for me, as much as I've had Tia, the 5 minutes that I don't have Tia, it's either Twitter or Netflix, right? Because it's just been, can't deal with it, don't want to deal with it, sick of dealing with it, over dealing with it, right? But we're all going through this, and I think maybe at times I could have just been more compassionate of what other people's situation, and not played, dropped into playing the victim a little bit, going, woe is me, and why is anyone listening, and maybe stepped back a little bit and realized that other people were kind of going through this shit too. I have had the opportunities, like, Melissa knows, like, she does my hair and stuff like that, and we have our sessions for 3 hours, and we just like, oh, like, we bitch and we dump and whatever, and we feel better. But we're all feeling like we just don't know what to do next, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the universe to give us a clearer path. And everyone is saying, 2020 is, it's the shares, everything's going to change and ascension, and things are happening and stuff like that. And all I see is, Australia going through bushfires, farmers going through drought, no money for, no money for fire, for the, families, for the animals, no planting extra trees, honoring our indigenous, gosh, I'm not even going to say that word today, our Aboriginal ancestors, of how they managed with fires and protecting the earth. And all I see on Facebook now is, if anyone knows what's happening in Australia, for all my overseas peeps who get this later, even America, half of America is in fire, right? They're dealing with fires as well. Like, it's I feel so helpless, even though I don't know what to do. I feel helpless. It's getting mozzie bitten. I feel helpless and alone. And I've felt like I've been alone for so long. And part of the reason me not feeling alone anymore was to get Tia, right? Was to, get the puppy buff. She triggered me hard. And it's been the biggest learning curve. So, we are getting tested, and we are told, if we listen to the right channels, that, things will change, things will shift, things will get better. Excuse me. I'm drinking my Starbucks with my whiskey in it. It's my Friday. I put whiskey in my coffee in the Friday afternoon. I'm not going to be, one of those, fake light workers who go, oh, it's just all, roses and everything will get better. And it's like, well, right now things aren't going to get better, right? Things may not get better at all for a while, because maybe there are things out of our control right now. Maybe the universe, maybe Gaia is doing, and the galactic family, it is, right? Okay, Kylie, I get the caramel. Wait, I'll come back, but I get the caramel, the coffee, either the espresso frappuccino with caramel or the coffee caramel frappuccino, right? I come home, because obviously I can't drink and drive. I've got a zero tolerance at work. So I come home and I put my whiskey in and I stick it back in the freezer until it gets semi-frozen. Anyway, that's enough about talking about whiskey and coffee. But that's what I mean. It's just like, it's another form of escape, right? My Friday afternoons was like, right, you got through the week, go get your Starbucks, go home, put your whiskey in it, and play with Tia, and watch her calm down. And surprisingly, today that I'm doing the video, she's actually really calm. When I got home and I'm like, why are you not loco? Like, she's like, if I'm gone for 10 hours or 8 hours or 9 hours, she's loco for 5 hours. But today, she's fucking calm. So maybe the universe is kind of calming her a little bit, because they knew that I was going to do a live video. But we are escaping, and I love escaping, right? I love it. Like, I love escaping, because it hurts too much when I feel like this year all I'm doing is treading water. It's almost hurts too much to sit there and go, I can't do it anymore, right? I can't do it anymore. So, sorry, put my phone on silent. So we're worn out, right? November, we're worn out spiritually, emotionally, energetically. We're coming up to Christmas. It's probably going to be the most draining time for a lot of us empaths and light workers as well, not to mention everything that's going on in the world. Maybe we will get through this, right? Maybe, in 4 months from now, when, we do another live video in February, and we'll say, Christmas, before Christmas, we thought we'd never get through it. And maybe we will make it out on the other side. We don't know. And, even that's, coming back to the trust, where we don't know what's going on, and we're looking for the clear signs and showing me the numbers, and I'm getting the feathers, and it's like I roll. It's like, okay, that's great, and I've seen that. What else? Like, give me what else? But is it patience? Is it understanding? Is it trust? Has the universe just got to do her thing right now? I don't know. There's been some days where I just didn't think I was going to get through it. Like, I just didn't think I was going to deal with any more ascension stuff. It was just one thing after another, after another, after another. And there's nothing like going through an ascension, then getting triggered by something like Tia that you never thought would actually trigger you, right? I thought her would actually bring me back being alive, right? It would actually bring whoever I was back to the surface, when in fact, in some ways, parts of me have completely retreated, right? Completely disappeared, completely, okay, maybe not disappeared, but they're asleep, right? They're just asleep. They're just not, they're not awake, which is kind of weird. A lot of us are struggling too. You know, we want things to change. We want things to shift. We want things to, why is it not happening? Why is it not fixed? Why are things not getting fixed? Why are things not moving forward? It's just, you know, I can sit here all night and talk about that. It's just consistent walking through mud. And you know, a lot of us at the beginning of the year didn't think it was going to be like this. We thought, right, this year, you know, we started off, you know, with a bit of momentum, and I knew by the Lions Gateway, when it's usually my biggest time of the year, when I usually come on, like I come online, like there's new parts of me that evolve. Nothing happened the Lions Gateway. Nothing happened. And that's very unusual for me, because the last 2 or 3 years, it's been my biggest turning point in my year after my birthday to go through the Lions Gateway in August, right? Nothing happened this year. It was just shit, right? So I knew something was up. The only time that things started to come together was when I did the grid. I did the grid for the solstice grid. And that was peaceful. That was nice. But that's what I mean. It's like I thought that would carry through to the gateway, and there was nothing in the gateway. And we just had the 11/11 gateway. And I don't know if anyone between probably late September to like the 11/11 gateway, weird energy. Weird energy. Veil very thin. What are you doing? Oh, hold on. Actually, she's eaten through the whole ice block. Second. Give me. Leave it, because you've got to leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, you can see how she's destroyed it. She ate through that pretty quickly. It's a whole full ice block. Anyway. Yeah, I just thought this year was going to be different. And I thought a lot of us would be, a lot of us thought it would be different. And I didn't think I'd be, I don't know. I just didn't think I'd have no direction. I didn't think I would not fall out of love with my business and with me helping people. It's not that I don't help people, because I do when I'm asked, but there was just, my tank is so empty sometimes, right? And it was just, the spiritual thing was such a huge thing for me to come out of, because it felt like home. I just didn't think it was going to be something that I just was almost ready to walk away from. Right? And there's a part of me that just wants to run away from it, because it's almost too hard now. It's almost too hard. And I feel like I've been fighting my whole life to be heard, to be seen, to be taken seriously, to be, what has she got? Okay, she's fine. She's got a deer antler. Fuck, this year's been hard. And even me, everyone's like, oh, do your Friday Night Lives. I'm like, I can barely get through a day without crying, right? Some days. I'll do a little bit closer, because we're losing a lot of light now. Just didn't think this year was going to be the way it was. And I hope, and I'm trying to find trust in the universe again, to believe that things will be different next year, because I know a lot of us are just, you know, what's this year all about? Is it about us just just literally just taking the time out just to heal ourselves and just to work on ourselves and be at peace at ourselves and just do our 3D things. But when a lot of us up until this year have been living a 5D life, it felt like this whole year we've had to not drop our vibration, but we've had to drop down to this level of nothing makes sense. That the signs and the guidance and the love and the energy that I would thought I would feel from the universe and from other light workers and people in our community, it's just, we're in such a void, right? Such a void. Never been in such a void in my life, especially, you know, you have your birthday, then you have your Lions Gateway, and I thought, yeah, Lions Gateway on my birthday, things are going to pick up. I'm going to get myself back. And I had Tia, and my plan was to get her before my birthday. And yes, I'm talking about you. And it's just gone to shit. It's literally gone to shit. Gone to shit, right? It's gone to shit. But, ow, leave it. Sorry, she's just eating my feet. I don't know what else to say. Right? I didn't think I'd come on this video and, you know, I'm not going to fluff it up. If anyone knows me, I'm pretty blunt, right? So I'm not going to sit here and go, yay, oh, there's going to be rainbows and sunshine and unicorns and, you know, and that's great. But we are going through serious soul stuff, and it is testing us to our core. You know, it feels like anything that we've gone through in a past life that hasn't been healed is coming up this year. 1 second. Tia. Do you know what I mean? It's just coming up for us to take notice. And I'm tired. I'm tired of taking notice because it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. And you know, even the thought, like I was saying before, about coming back on live was just how do I do this? How do I come back? How do I come back to my business? How do I come back to my sorry, my nose is itchy. It's probably the angels going, fucking pay attention. Fuck's sake, you don't listen to us. How do I come back to my family, my Sacred Light family? How do I come back to you after 6 months? How do I come back to you after 5 months, after having hiatus after hiatus after hiatus of time away from? I'm like, I just, you know, and a lot of us were, you know, we don't want to, who did an angry face? What's wrong with you? Who's that? A lot of us don't want to, we don't want to. We don't want to. I'm rambling now because I'm just, okay, what I'm trying to say is that we have to try and find faith, right? And me stepping back from the business, and as well as other light workers stepping back from their business, we have to dig deep. We have to see what's really going on underneath and find ways to work through it. And maybe we just have to go with the flow from now until, I'm feeling February, March, when we have our next solstice. I think that's when things will shift again, right? Things will shift again. There's just too much going on in the world for us to remain very stable as people who are doing the work. So thank you for allowing me to come back in and doing a live and letting me be your sukilala, because I've been a little bit sukilala today. And excuse me for yelling every 5 minutes at my dog and talking about her like for nonstop, but she's my life, and as I do videos, I'm sure and hopefully as she grows, she'll join, maybe, who knows. But yeah, thank you for letting me come back. in my safe space, in my family, my Sacred Life family. And, you know, I can't promise that I'm going to, you know, go back to, um, you know, the cards every Sunday and the lives every Friday. It was, you know, it took a lot for me to, to suck it up and come back live, right? Um, and we have to let go of a lot of hurt, right? A lot of people have got their own shit going on, and as much as you know, there's been so much resentment for me this year. I'm just resenting everybody, right? But it's just because I'm too scared to make the change, right? I'm too scared to speak up. I'm too scared to ask for help. I'm too scared to say I'm drowning and I need help, right? So yeah, what a trip, this life, this incarnation. Hey, what a trip. Jeez, goodness. Anyway, it's half an hour and I've lost complete sunlight. So, and it's complete darkness, which is probably better because maybe I look a little bit better. But anyway, next time I'll probably do the live a little bit earlier when it's sunset and the sun's going down, so we have a little bit more live. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, post them after I get off and I'll do my best to answer them. Let me just scroll down because now maybe my computer, it's working. Oh, thanks, Kylie. Yeah, I know, I missed you too, babe, but I've just been so scared of just being, right, like the face of my business, because I just didn't know what that meant to me anymore. And I guess we'll work it out together. We'll all work it out together. But yeah, whoever put that angry face, I'm sorry if you got cranky. And if you've got an issue with something that I said, then just just let me know. Or come and speak to me if you were pretty poo-poos with what I said. But yeah, sorry if something I said upset you or got your angry Hulk face. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put some Netflix and finish my my Starbucks. And I think my pup's had her half-hour limit because now she's eating the windowsill of my sliding door, which she loves because there's dust in there. So I gotta go because she's really antsy. All right, lots of love, big love. Yeah, lots of love, and we'll get through it, eh? We'll get through it. We'll find one way or another to get through it. Okay, big love. Bye.